I'm doing good, man. Really excited for this opportunity to be able to speak with you tonight. So, I mean, you were top six in tackles in the LFA. When you look at LFA now, how would you assess the league?
I think the competition is great and it's only getting better. It's growing. People don't realize actually how many actual Americans are out there, and they also don't realize how good some of those, Mexicans are at football. The way American football has grown throughout Mexico is like crazy. You really don't really get to see it until you're out there. But just like following the sport and being in love with the sport, you can see just how dominant and how great and how much it's growing. Just by watching like the flag girls, you see how good they are. The Mexican flag men are good. So a lot of people don't really know how good the competition is, but it's some good competition out there for sure.
Without a doubt. And, I believe on your team, you had Trayvon Boykin, former TCU quarterback, and Terrence Williams, my guy, former wide receiver for the Cowboys. When you look at Trayvon, I think a lot of people expected him to kind of step in the league and dominate, which, he had his growing pains. As a defensive player, how much was that for you? Like, oh man, like these guys can play defense here, they're figuring him out. We need to step up our game. How much of it was that?
Honestly, like a lot of people don't know Trey's backstory, so a lot of people, expecting him to, like you said, come into the league and things like that. But we are all human and we all go through our things. But as a teammate, you don't really, you see that person is growing on a positive note, and you don't really hold your brothers like down. If they down and they in a slump, you just gotta let them know that you're there. We making plays. People, one of the biggest things in football is the momentum. So we make a play, we know that he gonna feed off of it. And you already know that them being professionals, they know the next play up. So they're not gonna dwell on it too much. As you can see, just as many touchdowns, interceptions he throw as many touchdowns too, just as many touchdowns. So just keep throwing it. You just gotta let him know that we're gonna believe in him and his decisions. And just like he gonna believe in us to make that stop. So that's all it is. It's all a mindset at the end of the day.
Definitely, it's a high octane league. Quarterbacks throw the ball a lot. They're gonna have turnovers. It's just part of the game. And Trayvon's a great guy. I met him multiple times, so I have no doubt that he'll be able to bounce back. When you look at towards 2024, where are you at with your signing process? And have you thought about coming to America and playing in the AFL?
So I have thought about coming to the AFL, talking to a couple of teams. But like I said, I love playing outdoor a little bit better than indoor. It'll be a different experience, playing arena. I played like a little semi-pro arena when I took my time off after college, but it wasn't, it was just basically being around the game. It wasn't like the full experience that I love, being outside, running, having that crowd be there for real. So I like being in Mexico, it still give you that. And you can really see like how excited the people are to watch you play. So like I said, I plan on trying to get back on the Galgos. Right now we are on contract talks. So it's looking pretty promising that I'll be back for 2024, but until that paperwork signed, you can't really promise too much. But I do plan on, trying to go back and trying to get a championship for the city of Tijuana that they so much deserve. So
Definitely, it's a business at the end of the day. You got to make the best decision for yourself. One of another defensive player that re-signed with their team was Emmett Gooden. He re-signed with the Warriors down there. Man, that's a great move for them. But it's good to see players kind of come back. It shows how legit the league is. I know at one point you guys signed Matt Ariza, the punter for the Bills. So I mean that just says
bionic leg, Matt.
Man, that would have been awesome if he was able to come and suit up. But in terms of the fan atmosphere, when you go out in the community, how's the overall culture in Mexico?
How the culture is amazing. Me being from Chicago, we're a little bit more like I wouldn't say we're not approachable, but you're a little bit more like settled back. You don't really talk to too many people like that. You kind of keep to your people, and that's pretty much it. Mind your own business. Being out there was a little bit of a culture shock. Just seeing like how many people are so open, how many people just welcoming, inviting you, want to take pictures, things like that. So just, that was like the biggest adjustment, just realizing like everybody here is really about family, and the culture there is amazing. It's fun. They bring you in. All they ask you to do is just be open-minded, not a judgmental person. Try something new. It's always good to, get different perspectives on life. So, like I said, it's amazing. You got a lot of different views, a lot of great people that I've met that I never thought I'd have brothers in a different country. But I could now honestly say I got brothers in a different country. So
Definitely. And, speaking of open-minded, nowadays we have these kids with the transfer portal and recruiting. I know you're an Ohio State guy. You posted about it last night. Your boy Jeremiah Smith is about to flip to Miami. But I think that, it's just, this is the day and age we live in. What are your thoughts about the transfer portal and NIL and everything?
I got mixed feelings about it. One, because now just being an athlete who wasn't able to make all that money, playing, it's like, we went through all this fighting and stuff, for the younger kids, to get the money, get the recognition, get the things that they should have been having, the transfer portal, I'm not too big on it, man. Me personally, if you make a decision that you're gonna go with, I understand different things in life come and in different circumstances. I don't know everybody's circumstance, but I feel like it's just too easy for people to leave, like their backs against the wall. You can literally leave and go anywhere and you have your immediate eligibility. I don't think that should be, if you leave just because you're not beating the next person out or you're not, working it hard enough or anything like that, I don't think that should allow you to go to another spot and just keep jumping around. You should stay where you at. You should keep growing and fight through adversity, because that's not a good life lesson just to keep jumping from place to place, because when life get hard outside of football, you ain't gonna be able just to transfer to a different school. You ain't gonna be able just to call up somebody else. You're gonna have to knuckle down and become a man, and at the end of the day, you just gotta keep fighting. So unless it's like something that you're trying to get back closer to home, you get homesick, you got a family member sick, you want to be close to them, that's the exception that I think should be taken accountable. But just because you're not developing like you should, just because, you lose because they got another person that came in, it's the coach's job to recruit better than you, and it's your job to keep your job. All right, so it's either you're going to give up your job, give up the keys to your house and your car, or you go keep it, So that's my mindset towards it. But like I said, everybody got their own mindset, everybody got their own perspectives. But people for example, when Dylan Gabriel, this is third school in 5, fourth school in 5 years, So it's bruh, who you gonna commit to is commitment problems just through the roof. So, but other than that, it's all whichever way you want to take it. So.
You hit it right on the nail. You can't do that at the professional level. You can't go to an LFA team and say, "Hey, I want to transfer." It doesn't work like that. And a player like Dylan Gabriel, he's so high level. The fact that he's transferring from school to school, there's definitely a problem without a doubt. But Devin, I appreciate your time tonight. My final question for you is: outside of football, what are you involved in, and how do you plan to progress within the next 3 to 5 years?
Outside of football, I'm a personal trainer. What I just like to do is, help people just find that love for fitness. I tell people all the time, everybody in life always put other people before themselves. But the biggest thing about it is you can't help other people if you're not, mentally and physically in a good state. What is you putting that person, your friend, above you and making sure that they are 100% while you at 50% is not really, doing that person justice. So I feel like sometimes in life you got to become a little bit more selfish, put yourself first, and unless it's your kids, you gotta knuckle down. And that person is really supposed to be in your life. They gonna understand that. They gonna support you, But sometimes in life you gotta really put yourself first, and that's what I try to help people do. Not only mentally, not only physically, but mentally. That showing them that it's different ways, different outlets than just going to work and doing stuff for other people. So other than that, that's really what I do. I train a lot of little kids too, future little athletes, from ages about 7 all the way up to collegiate. So that's another thing. Help me stay around the game and help me keep moving. one-on-ones, things like that. Find ways to keep getting better and having fun without, making it a job. The more you make it a job, the more you don't want to do it. So if you just enjoy it and live life, and it'll keep going. So that's really what my goal is. That's what I do outside of here, help people find their call and find what they want to do, and just use myself as a model for it. Because, like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I went to school for criminal justice, and now I'm a personal trainer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a roller coaster. You just got to keep going.
Without a doubt. Well, LeDevin, you're really well spoken. I look forward to seeing you in 2024. Stay in touch, reach out if you need anything, and best of luck.